passing is a complex topic within the trans community, if you haven't noticed. So, this is a term that usually leaves people feeling powerless, frustrated, and insecure. For good reasons, of course, because according to how we are currently understanding the golden standard of passing, really only a small minority of our community will ever be able to achieve it. And then when they do, it will only be because of a combination of years of hard work, access to proper medical care, living in the right part of the world, and also being born with like a very specific set of genetic qualities. So really, it's no wonder that people are beginning to realize that passing, as it's currently being defined, it's not something that we should be glorifying. And it's not something that we should associate with transgender success, or really it's not something that we should ever expect of one another. And so while yes, this course correction and this kind of like pushback against passing as it's currently being presented to us, all of that is a good thing. But there's also this hidden risk of completely disregarding the term and shutting ourselves out from the deeper wisdom and guidance that it has to offer us, which in my opinion would be unwise. Because the way that I see it, passing is absolutely an important topic which has the potential to provide incredible value to our community, especially for those of us who are working to integrate ourselves into society. But of course, our understanding of passing is going to have to change, right? And we're going to have to find a way to reframe this term so that we can look at it from a more inclusive, accessible, and empowering perspective, which is actually what this conversation is all about. Providing you with a better explanation of passing, which will hopefully leave you with greater clarity and optimism about the prospects of living life as your true self. Okay, so to begin, I want to talk about a related word to passing, which I think can really help us to better understand what it actually means to pass. So that word is authenticity, or the quality of being genuine. So for you, the trans person, authenticity poses the question, is your way of being believable? And does it feel natural? Does your presentation accurately reflect your truth? Do your clothes and your words and your mannerisms feel genuine and effortless? Or in contrast, are you putting on a show? Or in other words, authenticity asks, are you being yourself or are you playing a character? And so in my opinion, it is the difference between these two ways of being that makes all the difference for the trans person. So I want to talk a little bit more about these two modes of being genuine or being like contrived in order for us to get a better understanding of what it means to pass. Okay, so in my experience, someone who comes across as authentic and genuine, they usually have a way of moving through the world that just feels like very specific to them. Like when they're just being themselves, everything feels natural and at ease. Kind of like they don't have anything to hide or to prove. And from the way that they speak and dress, to the way that they articulate their opinions and formulate their thought processes, everything feels true to them. Like it just fits comfortably inside this container of their unique individuality. And then on the other hand, when I've interacted with people who are inauthentic, it kind of like has a very different flavor, right? So it usually feels like they're putting on a front, kind of like they're using strategy in order to get some other people to believe certain things about themselves. And then their entire persona feels like really contrived and calculated. Even if this character that they're playing is like totally rehearsed and airtight and polished and they're doing a good job at it, still, it just feels like in a feeling in my gut, it just feels like a show, or it just kind of feels like a gimmick. And so that means that regardless of how someone looks or how they sound, really they can still pass or not pass as being a genuine person. And then by using this understanding of authenticity as we could use it as a reference point, I think that we as trans people can get a better sense of what it truly means to pass. or what it means to be natural and genuine with like nothing to prove about ourselves, nothing to hide about ourselves, like we're just being ourselves. So then of course within this context, passing doesn't actually mean to pass as something else, such as a gender role or like a cis person, but instead passing asks, do you come across as you? Or in other words, is your persona so close to home that the light of your truth is able to shine through you and into this world? And when people are interacting with you, do they feel like they're meeting the real you? So this is the real wisdom that the term passing can offer you. As you explore gender, are you moving closer towards yourself? Are you feeling more genuine and natural? Are you totally truthful in your interactions? Are you showing up fully in each moment? Are you meeting your life head on without hiding? And so then depending on how you answer these questions, you should be able to get a sense of what's working and what isn't. But of course, I want to make it clear that this explanation of passing is not meant to be some like disempowering benchmark, which is going to make you feel bad about yourself. So keep in mind that the true opportunity here is to just use passing, as I've been presenting it, as a frame of reference for finding greater clarity about who you are and who you are meant to be in this world. And also recognizing that all of us flow, like no matter where we're at in our life, like we flow in and out of authenticity. Like that's kind of the process of finding yourself, is you have to lean into some inauthentic moments and then recognize what's happening and then make just a minor course correction. And it's like, and then being authentically you, that's also something, that's a process that is evolving throughout your entire life. So the whole thing is like, if we get too rigid about it, then all of a sudden it becomes not very useful. So it's about being very flexible and gentle with our understanding of and relationship with authenticity. Because at the end of the day, your journey isn't about finding congruence between you and some role. And it's not about you slipping under the radar and tricking people into believing that you're something that you're not. Instead, it's about standing fully in your truth. It's about stripping yourself of everything that is not you and standing naked in front of this world with nothing to hide, nothing to prove, not even being something special, just being you, like just naturally, organically you. So really, this journey is all about learning how to celebrate who you are in this very moment. And it's about recognizing that you don't ever need to be something else in order to pass as yourself, because who you are right now, well, that's you. Like that's all you need to be. And if you want to continue exploring gender and making changes to your presentation, then great. Like if that feels true to you, then of course, continue walking that path, but don't ever forget that passing is accessible to you right here, right now. And no matter where you go, no matter how much you change, you're always going to be yourself. And now that you understand the true meaning of passing, I've put together a few of my best tips about how to gently and courageously move through this process of self-discovery and creative unfolding. So check out this video and I will see you soon. Okay, take care.